Remember we met, I could tell by your smile. You hadn't been with a good girl like me in a while. Yeah, you were impressed, couldn't leave me alone. Text me every time that you pick up the phone. And I had control in the driver's seat, but my hands are slipping off the wheel. Now the tables have turned, now I'm up all night. I'm picturing you, acting like a fool. I'm on the other side, you're like a full moon. And I'm up all night, howling at you.
Hi, I saw my whistleblower on Saturday morning. I had a nice little chat about what's going on in Lewes District Council, if you can call it Lewes District Council anymore, because it's got Eastbourne, and of course, complete and utter mess they're making of it. I'm sorry, they are making a complete and utter mess of it. But anyway, she said that the customer first is she refuses to answer the phone when it gets answered in the local authority with customer first. She says she feels just like a complete and utter fraud, and I don't blame her. If there's anything that keeps me hysterics, it's customer first. About Lewes and Eastbourne District Council. Customer first, anything but. They are so inward looking, you couldn't possibly believe it. And it's in chaos. It's in absolute chaos. And before, why can't we get it sorted out? If it's necessary for central government to take over for a little while, then central government should and sort it out, because it is not working at the moment. They don't seem to have the leadership. They certainly haven't got any systems. They don't seem to have anything that business would normally have to exist and to succeed. It is beyond belief. And if we're going to have to put up with this sort of thing and they want to get bigger, then get better. Get your present situation better. Make it efficient. Make it work. Then perhaps you'd have some sympathy from people like me who actually just keep on looking at what you're doing and thinking, how can you believe it? And actually, my rant is about the people that are actually operating the council, the people inside. And my whistleblower said, well, steady on. Think of those girls at the front desk, they're very nice and so on, and they are. And it's a good PR ploy. If customer first is farcical, it's a good PR ploy to have very pleasant people at the front desk, and in Lewes, most certainly they have. You can't say that on the phone because you can never get through. You never talk to anybody on the phone, so who knows? But the front desk ladies, let us give them their due, is they handle very difficult situations, and they are a very, very fine front for the council. But once, as she admits, once you get through that door where you press a button and you see people disappear, only the staff are allowed through, is what you find is people who simply do not know what they're doing, and absolute bloody chaos inside. And they rationalise and they do silly things to try and cover this over. So, why can't we get a group of people who can run it? And why don't the politicians put more pressure on? The politicians in Lewes, the Lewes District, and I don't know much about the Eastbourne lot, but the ones in Lewes District are perfectly decent and nice people. They are trying very hard to do what they think right for the community, and they have all sorts of committees and they have all sorts of initiatives and so on and so forth. The thing is that once it gets past the front door, it very rarely any of those initiatives put into place. And I'm not a bit surprised. So perhaps what we need is the politicians to stage an uprising first, which, if I may say so, may be to their advantage, because people are getting so fed up with their treatment by Lewes District Council that there is going to be a revolution of some sort, whether that's inviting the federal government into taking over, or whether it's turfing the politicians out at the next election. I have no idea. I don't have a crystal ball. All I do know is that we are in a situation which is messy. It's silly, it's chaotic, and just by calling something customer first, which even the staff admit that they don't want to do because they feel silly and stupid, and people are, internally, people are getting warnings for doing this and warnings to do that. Who cares? That is something that's crept into our society, where if you say boo, you probably find yourself being slammed for making derogatory comments about a fairy tale or something. I mean, those sort of things are very, very strange to me. But nonetheless, inside there is reform is badly needed, and not the reform that many modern day people would say needs doing. What it needs is a basic root and branch, so that it follows the basic principles of good operation, efficient operation, and then customer first won't be a laughing stock anymore. It will be good PR and will express that this council does care about the people it serves, because at the moment it does not, and that's categoric. Toodle bit.
If ever I had a video, would you dance in it? Would you dance in